Bronya is single-handedly one of the most fun and broken characters in the game. The unit that allows zero cycling and makes Blade usable. If you have her on your account, then she provides a lot of value, so let's talk about her best Lightcones, Relics, Teamcomps, and Eidolons that will turn her into the best support for your units. For her Lightcones, her best in slot is her signature, as it's an all-around buff, providing energy regen to herself, skill points, and damage boosts, but her alternatives are very strong. Specifically, past and future, this Lightcone at S5 has a higher damage boost than her signature at S1, making it her second best in slot. Otherwise, you can use Planetary Rendezvous if paired with a Wind DPS, or Dance Dance Dance, or even Meshing Cogs if you have nothing else, but Meshing Cogs is pretty bad. Moving on to Bronya's best relic sets. So her 4 pieces are pretty straightforward. Use Messenger, that's it. It's really the only useful 4-piece set bonus, but her planar ornaments are a little more complicated. So her best in slot is Broken Keel if you're using any DPS that needs crit and is a different element from her. Penacony is her best in slot if paired with a Wind DPS, and Fleet of the Ageless is her best in slot if paired with units who don't want crit, like dot characters for example. The main stats Bronya wants are crit damage on the body because her buffs scale off crit damage, speed on the boots, survivability on the orb, either HP or defense, and energy regen on the rope. For her substats, you want speed until she's a couple speeds slower than your DPS, then as much crit damage as possible, while picking up some survivability while aiming for that crit damage. Now Bronya's team comps. So she is the prime hypercarry support. Any DPS that you want to go as much as possible will benefit from her, like Blade, Zila, Jingyuan, and my personal favorite Jing Liu. Any main DPS, which means that she'll really only be used in hypercarry comps, with a DPS, herself, secondary support, and a sustain. The only important things about her team comps are really speed tuning and skill point management, because she is very skill point hungry. Finally, her Eidolons. So E1 isn't crazy. She has a 50% chance to recover a skill point when she skills, can help in certain situations, but doesn't make her that much stronger. E2, whatever teammate she skills on, they gain 30% increased speed. Pretty useful, but can change the speed tuning a little bit. Overall, it's okay. E4, when Bronya basics an enemy with wind weakness, she launches another basic considered a follow-up attack. This is completely useless, as she isn't doing much damage anyways. E6, the duration of her skill buff lasts 2 turns instead of 1. This makes her a lot stronger in terms of not being as skill point hungry, which can open certain team comps like Inhibitor Bronya for example. Overall, none of her Eidolons make her stronger really, just more convenient to use. Now listen, if you didn't choose Bronya on your selector, then hey, alright, you're based. You're not a meta cuck. But honestly, she really does make the game more fun. The fact that she's on the standard banner and you can buy her Lightcone, definitely worth investing into.